Hello, YouTube. This is an alcohol review of Maker's Mark Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. According to the label, 45% alcohol by volume, 90 proof, 750 ml bottle. Comes out of Loretto, something along that line, Kentucky. So, according to the little stories on the side, it just talks about been in the family for a long time, who did what where. The wax on top was an idea from his grandmother, giving the distinctive look on Maker's Mark. Why the wax, you say? Besides making it stand out on the shelf against its competitors, the wax often used to help the cork out. The cork, obviously to keep things in the bottle, but the cork is very porous and air can slowly leak its way into your solution inside. The wax on top, though also porous, smaller holes, helps the cork keep the air out, as well as the cork keeps the liquid in. All we expect a cork to do, but of its jobs is to keep air out-ish, and the wax helps. But in this case, the cork does not exist. So it is truly just a measure to make it stand out on the shelf. There we go. Got it. In my poor cloudy Canadian, it is a nice caramel with yellow notes in it. The nose. The nose is a little rough. There's a lot of alcohol wafting off from it. So, be warned. It does give you fruit notes. It does give you the classic bourbon, caramel, stone fruit, vanilla. That's all in there. So it's a nice nose once you get past that initial alcohol fume off the top. It definitely needs to breathe. Once you give it time, more time the better. Once you give it time, the notes get even a little bit softer, but you don't have that alcohol layer on top. As for the palate, it has a very alcohol, ethanol up front. To me, it's like a burnt tire taste for that ethanol. And that comes in right off the top. But the interesting part about it is that, yeah, it's there. And yes, it's forward. But once you get past that, you start getting the fruit notes, the caramel notes, the vanilla notes. All of that starts to come forward to your tongue. The problem is that you have to wade through that initial ethanol layer, if you will, of flavor. Also, and this is where it gets kind of contradictory, the how to put this. The hang time is very, very long. What's the hang time, you may ask? That is the initial taste of the flavor. It hits your tongue to when it finally fades off of your palate. It stays, and it stays, and it stays, and it stays. So, is this bad? Actually, no, this is not bad. But one would think this comes with a heavy mouth feel. At least in my personal experience, that's what comes with. Along the syrupy side, long mouth feel, or long hang time. This is almost a watery mouth feel, which should have a short hang time in my experience, but it does not. It's the exact opposite. So take that as you will. As for layers, kinda has layers, kinda not. Reason why I say that is because it's so forward front with the ethanol that you think, all right, then it's going to break and have all these fruit notes and all these cinnamon and other things along that line. Pardon me. And it doesn't really. It's like listening to an orchestra or to some other form of music that you enjoy that's multi-instrumental, and you're like, there are the drums. I will now have to focus on the drums, focus on the string instruments, focus on the woodwinds to appreciate that layer of it. But they all sing together just fine. It's not quite what I would call mud, or like it muddies together. But you have to focus, and that up front is the ethanol, so you have to focus past that to the fruit notes to really appreciate the fruit notes. Focus on the spice notes. You have to focus on it. Unlike other bourbons, which have layers, and you're like, when that fades out, I start getting. Then that fades out, I start getting. When that fades out, I start getting. This doesn't lump them all together like mud, like I said, but you have to focus on what you got. Bug. Sorry. Also, what else? What else can be said? It is fair when it comes to a sipper. Is there better out there? Oh, yes. Is there worse out there? Oh, my goodness, yes. So this floats right in the middle of the pack, easily. As for a cocktail bourbon, I think that's where it shines the best, because all of its shortcomings get hidden in the cocktail. All of its strong notes help shine through in the cocktail. So that's where I think this would lie best. If you want to make a really nice cocktail, this would be the way to go. But like I said, as for a sipper, maybe on ice. And the reason why I say maybe on ice is that ice has a tendency to lump things together, muddy the water, as it were. Which reminds me, maybe if you add a little bit of water to it, that may actually help separate and you actually start getting layers out of it. I'm going to have to try that with this. I'm sorry, I should have, but before I did the video, but I'm only now thinking of it. The thing I don't like about it, and it's not its fault, really, is that it's what you would expect out of a industrial made bourbon. I know it says here handmade since 1953 and blah blah blah. But though I did not look it up, again, my fault, sorry. Though I did not look it up, the amount of bottles that they make versus an artisanal versus, a small batch, I'm willing to bet these guys come out a lot more in volume. And that has traits. I'm not saying it's bad, but it has telltale marks. And this shows all of those stripes. Is this bad? This is up to you guys on how you like your bourbon. It's mid-level for what I have tasted in the past. For my palate, that sort of thing. So I'm not gonna as they like to say, yuck your yum. You may like this. It's just a little too mass-produced tasting, if there is such a thing, for my particular palate. Like I said, probably. I did try it in a cocktail. It went well in a cocktail. Good in cocktails. You want a sipper. But it's good for summer. I will recommend this as a summer type of bourbon. Late summer, as long as it's this it's a hot weather bourbon. Cocktail or not. That's where my palate puts it. But don't believe me. Go out there, buy it, try it yourself, see what you think, and put a review. I know this guy's been around since the dawn of time, but still, put a review out there, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, gosh darn it. No, whether you like the product or not. Let the rest of us in the YouTube spirits community know your thoughts on Maker's Mark. Like I said, she's summertime bugs. Sorry. It's part of the large industrial type bourbons out there, and I think that's where it remains. But I'm just a dude in the middle of nowhere. Try it, see what you think. In the meantime, keep on drinking.